What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. We've still got the same team compared to the last episode. In the meantime, I've since played and won a draft for Draft to Glory. I hope the player in there that I packed has sold. Hell yeah. So I packed Davinson Sanchez out of the reward for winning the draft. So he sold for 36k. That puts us up to 42k coins. And I did spend some coins and some time putting together 10 two-player packs. You know, the Scream team are in packs. First owner players are super helpful. So we're going to start today's video off with 10 two rare gold player packs, guys. I spent about 25,000 coins and then some items out of the club on these. So if you guys enjoy the content, if you're enjoying the videos on the second channel, if you're enjoying the Road to Glory in general, drop a thumbs up on the video. Oh, we're getting a board or a walkout straight away. Let's go, man. It's only a board. Spain. Right mid. Wait, who even is that? That's the 83 rated, isn't it? Oh, it's Koke. Nice. Let's go. 85 rated. He's going to help for us doing Osimhen, I think. He's worth like 10k. I mean, well, maybe 8k. It covers the price of two packs, which is pretty nice. Hey, I don't mind starting out with an 85 rated board. Of course, the idea here is to hopefully hit a Scream card or an Eder Militao would be nice. Obviously, just a low rated 81 card would be quite nice. We get two La Liga players there. We get Guardado as a duplicate. He is a duplicate untradeable as well, which is a little bit frustrating. I do have a lot of untradeable rare gold, so maybe I should have paid more attention to that. But here we go, pack number 3. No board or walk out of that. I can't believe we hit an 85 straight off the bat. That's not bad. I want to do Osimhen today. I just want to use him as a super sub, see how he goes in some of these games. Next pack is going to contain nothing as well. There's still a few. I wouldn't mind a João Felix. I wouldn't mind a Wan-Bissaka untradeable would be quite nice. Any of the good low rated cards would be very, very nice. And next up is going to contain nothing again. So what is that? 5 through. We hit a board on the first one. Unless we hit something in these last 5, we're going to be striking out for the other 9, sadly. Here we go. What do we get out of this? Nothing out of that either. I can't believe we hit a board on the first one. I would even take just some deadbeat boards at this stage. You know, just give me some bad stuff. Give me a Scream card mostly, though. That's what I'm really looking for. Even the worst one, I'll take. I don't even know who the worst one is, but I'll take it. Next up, we're going to get nothing once again. This other than Koke. Ooh, Leon Bailey. Wow, he's only 2k. 4-star, 4-star. Yeah, he's not really that great for the game this year. He needs a few upgrades to be usable again. Are we going to get a board on the first and the last? That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? Here we go. Here we go. We got another board. Boom, pop. There we go. That's what I like. It's a walkout. Come on. Italian. Oh. It's Immobile, isn't it? God damn it. We hit a walkout from a two-player pack, though, guys. Can't really complain too much about that. Nice to have him. He'll be good for us working towards Ed and Dzeko. Decent stats, man. It's not a terrible card at all for Ciro Immobile right there. So we managed to get. We've got our money's worth, I'd say. I don't know exactly how much he's worth, but we have got our money's worth. Nothing in that pack. Come on, here. Eder Militao. Hook it up. Don't hook it down. No, we get another 81 rated La Liga player though. Not La Liga. Beg your pardon. Montpellier in there. And then last but not least, guys, please. That's tough. We hit a walkout though. That's something, you know. A walkout and an 85. Is it better than I expected? Not particularly. I was just hopeful that we would hit something nice. I might build some more throughout the course of the week. But yeah, that, guys, is the end of those 10 packs. We're now going to get into a few more packs from some of the daily stuff that EA released, and then into some Foot Champs gameplay. So let's go. All right, guys, before we actually get into some gameplay, I played 7 games with Heung-min Son, and something was just not right there, right? Something didn't feel good. I tried Kevin De Bruyne. I didn't like him. I tried Eden Hazard. I didn't like him. I tried Heung-min Son. I'm getting the same output from subbing on Carlos Vela and subbing on Quincy Promes and subbing on Theo Walcott as I am starting these supposed beast players, right? So what we've done is we sold Oblak and I went and bought Courtois. We sold Modric. We sold Son. We sold that Paul Bernardo Silva. We sold Firmino. And I've generally sold pretty much anything and everything I can get my hands on, right? A whole bunch of the silvers I had in the club, some position modifiers, training cards, and now I'm selling fitness cards for 600. They're actually insta-selling for 650 as well, so I can get an extra 50 coins per card there. And you'll notice we're up at almost 900,000 coins, right? I've still got some other items on the trade pile that will sell over the course of a little bit of time. And Jean Moutinho didn't sell, so we'll pop him up there. Perisic didn't sell. Wow, I thought he was like a little bit cheaper than that. So that'll take us over the... I'll keep him as an 80 rated. Yeah, that'll take us over the 900k mark when they sell. And I want to show you the team that we put together and what we're going to do with the team. So there's 900 coins. I need about another 70,000 coins, which I will be able to get from gutting out all my squad fitness cards. And you might be thinking to yourself, now, that's a bad idea, man. Squad fitness cards are going to rise. And you're right, they will rise in 2 weeks or 4 weeks or maybe 6 weeks. There was so much supply and literally no demand of squad fitness cards for such a long period of time that there are just so many on the market still. It's going to take a long time before they start creeping back up to 1,000, 1,200 coins. So what we've done is we've got the team like this. We've got Courtois in goal, Carvajal right back still. The back line's still exactly the same, actually. We're going to be playing Pep Guardiola and Ndombele in at CDM, just until I can get enough coins to upgrade him back to someone, probably Fabinho, if we're going to go back for a Premier League card. Obviously, if I can get lucky in some packs from squad battles, we'll go for Kante, would be nice. Aubameyang and Walcott, and then in this left wing spot, we're going to be putting Neymar in there. So we're going to have Neymar and Walcott as our two cams. We're going to have Aubameyang and Lacazette still as our two strikers, and then Ndombele and Pep Guardiola as our CDMs. And that's where we're going. So I've got 70k's worth of cards to gut out still. Once that's done, I'll pick up Neymar and I'll show you what the squad will look like in game, and we'll go from there. So I will be right back. All right, guys, so we managed to do it. I've got 5k left in the club. I don't have much left in the club either. So my club is quite barren other than a whole bunch of bronzes. My consumables are empty. My gold cards are empty. My silver cards are empty. Everything is empty. But we picked up Neymar for 965,000 coins. I think after squad battles rewards, I will be tempted to upgrade Neymar to Mbappe. There's a few other changes that I could make with selling Lacazette as well and putting Pookie back into the team to get Mbappe and have quite a good team. But yeah, we are working up towards
loving this stream,
up towards our Cristiano Ronaldo, and this is the team that we're going to use for the rest of this weekend league. Probably. I don't know. I might make more changes before the games are up. We've been through so many players already this weekend league, but let's get into the action. All right, guys, as we get into some gameplay, one of the first things that we did is we hit a couple of SBCs. We got these are from Saturday's 6 p.m. SBCs. And by the way, I would just like to genuinely commend EA on the Screamer promo so far. It's been brilliant. I don't personally like the fact that they've done 11 players this week and probably an 11-player team next week. Would have been better if we had 2 full teams. But I think the SBCs have been pretty much bang on, other than James Milner. He was way overpriced. I think the daily SBCs have been brilliant. I think Jesus Navas was very good. And yeah, I think the just in general, the Scream boosts and the Scream cards have been top tier. So credit to EA for that. We ended up getting, as I say, a couple of packs here. One of the packs pretty good, has a few cards in it and a few little bits and bobs that are doing well. And then, as you'll see with the secondary pack, it had another one of those players, and there was a comment. I didn't actually pick it up, but another comment as to how I've got so many coins, how on a road to glory I've got this team again already. And the answer is really simple. I'm taking all tradable rewards and I'm just selling stuff pretty much straight away. My club generally is quite bare, as you saw when we went and got Neymar, but we packed Davinson Sanchez, and that brought us in just another little bit of coins. So I'm constantly making lots of coins very quickly, very easily, just through utilizing what EA have available. So Davinson Sanchez sold for, I think, 36,000 coins for me in the end, which was obviously really nice. But the first comment is from Alex Watson. He says, who else thinks EA needs to up the chances of getting Shadow and Hunter Chem styles? Earlier I looked and there were no Shadow cards on the market at all. They all get listed to 5k and sell instantly. We need more to be packed to bring prices down. So It reminds me of something that a few of the EA guys have said a few times, that the market is a living organism that they're constantly tracking, which means that Shadow and Hunter chem styles are that much on purpose all the time. I don't know why, you know, it doesn't make sense. And when there is a big supply of a specific chem style or position modifier, prices go down crazy. Last year, centre forward cam cards, for one reason or another, went down to like 2k, 1800 coins, 1600 coins, and then guess what? 2 weeks later, again, they were no longer available how they were available before. They went straight back up to like 4 to 4.5k, and then eventually extinct. And it's like there are chances where you can make lots and big amounts of money very, very quickly, or coins in general. And even now, there's a Hunter Chem style, I think, for the Gecko challenge. One of them offers a Hunter Chem style, which is probably why Hunters are on the market and not extinct. Soon as people have completed that Gecko, as soon as he disappears, they will also go extinct again as well. What I don't understand is, if, like, people shouldn't have to pay 5k for a chem style, right? Especially this year, well, since last year, since they changed how Hunter works, I don't even think Hunter is that great of a chem style. They changed the shooting boost, and they changed the pace boost on it. They reduced it from 15 and 15 to now 10 and 10, I believe. I think the pace upgrade is plus 10 on each instead of plus 15, or maybe it was a plus 15 plus 10, and now it's plus 10 plus 10, something like that. But yeah, so it's plus 10 now. So they've definitely reduced the value of it, but people still go for it. And it doesn't even boost long shots either, which last year was really important. This year, not so important. And I think it's fair to say dribbling is such an important stat now that I think sniper chem style is one of the most valuable chem styles, especially if you already have some decent pace on your player. You know, if you take Lacazette, he's an 87 rated striker with Hunter, he's an 88 rated striker with Sniper. And agility and balance play as much part in a player feeling fast as pace does, which is very weird. So yeah, I don't know. It's obvious that EA have it set like this on purpose, which I don't get. The next comment is from Richard Jones. Says, did I just hear Nep right? He hadn't played this game as much this year, with a lying, crying, laughing face. There were a lot of comments about that, what I said in the last video. And I haven't played this game as much this year compared to last year, right? In fact, we're episode 32 here. This is probably going to, like, in terms of games played, I actually feel like I've probably played more games this year compared to last year. But in terms of time spent on the account, it's way less. It really is. This time last year, I was sitting there from midnight until 4 a.m. every day, spamming bronze packs and clearing the club out. I was grinding squad battles a lot more. I was grinding rivals. I was trading, like I said, I was sitting there buying hundreds of squad fitness cards and selling hundreds of squad fitness cards. This year, not quite the same. So here we are, episode 32, and I've got 250 wins, 27 draws, 78 losses. I am in a very similar situation this year. I've played about 400 games this time this year as well, but I had 500,000 coins in the bank this time last year, and my club was completely stacked. And going through the video of this time last year, I'm showing you guys me buying and selling consumables, and opening bronze packs and doing that kind of thing. And as I say, I might have played a few more games on this account this year, but that's because I've spent less time on other areas of the game. So I've definitely actually spent less time on the game than I did have this time last year. David says, hey Nep, first time series watcher and loving it. How can I stop dominating games but still lose? I'm not talking possession or anything, but smashing shots at the goal in the box with players with 90 plus finishing and not scoring, and then they run through with Coman and nail it home against my Alisson. Keep up the good work, man. Well, this year, the shooting mechanics, it's taken me a while to get used to it. I feel like yesterday, the gameplay that you're watching now, something clicked for me. I was explaining on stream, I played in a draft, and this guy just kept doing unnecessary skill moves in areas where they weren't important, and it kept selling me. And I'm like, why do I keep buying this? Like, he'd have no play around him for 15 yards. He'd be on his own halfway line. I'd have, you know, good, like 8 men behind the ball, 2 men up on where he's at, but nobody around. And all of a sudden, he'd just do some random skill move, and it would make me switch into someone else and make a move, and it would cause me to open up, even though there was no pressure to do so. So I started doing the same sort of thing, and it started working. So I was like, wow, this is an eye-opener. And sometimes just watching how someone plays, or watching your own gameplay back, or watching like a top-tier player play will really help you. And so what I'd say is 2 things, David. Number 1, try and watch your games back. Use PlayStation or Xbox record software. I think PlayStation, somebody told me you can turn it up to an hour for PlayStation. For Xbox, I'm not sure how it is, but even if you don't have the ability to record on Xbox, just stream your games to Mixer. Even if you don't get viewers, that's not the purpose. What you could do after you stream it to Mixer is it will be there as a past broadcast. You can then go back and watch your gameplay as you wish, right? So yeah, like watch what you do, because when you're for me, this has been something that's been a problem that I've been trying to work on so far this weekend. When I'm controlling a player, my eyes are tunnel visioned on the player that I'm controlling, and I'm not seeing what's going on around. And so I miss a lot of easy passes and easy opportunities to break into space. And it cost me goals. It cost me opportunities. And ultimately, it means that I end up losing possession, and now I'm on the back foot, right? So when you're watching your own gameplay back, you'll start seeing, oh, this guy's here all the time, and that guy's there all the time, and he's there all the time. And it will allow you to mentally remember, oh, I actually have some space here, and I could do a little bit better. So that's one thing I would say. The other thing I would say is go into shooting games and try and learn all the different shooting techniques. The low-driven finesse and the low-driven shot in general, really, really strong shot opportunities. The finesse shot from the top of the box is really powerful. Shots off of skill moves, once again, are really powerful, and first-time shots are really powerful. Near-post shots are really good, but sometimes the keeper moves out, and so ball rolling the keeper is really, really effective. And basically, this year, I said this right at the start of FIFA, and this opinion still is the same as it was at the start of this FIFA, even though I don't think the game is as good as I hoped it was going to be this year. But there are multiple ways to score goals this year where there wasn't last year. Like, there's honestly probably 8 to 10 different viable scoring techniques that wasn't there last year, and I think that's pretty awesome. So I would say just work on your game, man, because if you're dominating possession and just generally pinning people in, and shooting is your biggest problem, once you figure it out, once it clicks, you'll just be a devastating player. It makes a world of difference. Sean says, hey Nep, I'm thinking of getting Roberto Carlos for icon swaps. What do you think? Yeah, I think Roberto Carlos is up there as one of the best left backs in the game at the moment, and B, one of the best players that you can get for links. Because obviously, as a Brazilian, there's quite a lot of Brazilians from many different leagues that are very good this year. A few from the Chinese league, a few from the Liga NOS. But, you know, Eder Militao and Allen and Neymar are 3 players that are very, very good this year as gold cards. And, of course, Roberto Carlos, strong links to them all. And he's got a very, very good card. I don't actually know which foot swaps. I don't know what version of Roberto Carlos it is. Is it his baby card? Yes, his 86 card. So he's already got good pace. So you could either put an anchor on him, makes him an 88 rated left back. A sentinel makes him an 89. A powerhouse makes him an 89 as well, with great passing, great defending. Like he's just got a lot of opportunities to be a really strong left back. You know, he's a bit short, but it doesn't really matter much this year because crossing just isn't valuable at all this year. He has 3-star skill moves, which is super nice. It's, you know, he only has a 2-star weak foot, which is a bit sad. But yeah, I think Roberto Carlos is an absolutely brilliant left back to have in your team. David Emmett says, on the topic of the Tellez thing you mentioned, I was just wondering, how would you get the card if you couldn't spend FIFA points, but you still grind the game a lot? Would just like to know your thoughts. Keep up the good work. And there was a lot of, I think I picked another comment about that. But there was a lot of comments about my idea on, you know, how EA can give people grindable cards while still not taking away from people spending money on the game. And maybe my idea got a little bit lost in translation. You know, when I was kind of spitball these ideas, it's not like an incredibly well thought out thing. It's just something whilst I'm making the video. And but bottom line is EA could still do things to allow people to grind for cards while still pushing them towards opening packs quite easily. With Tellez, if you don't spend FIFA points, you still grind the game a lot, and you need first owner players, you're in a great spot. I probably have a very comfortable first owner Liga NOS squad, just because you could either take untradeable rewards, get double your packs, but you get squad battles, FUT champs, FUT rivals rewards every week. There are so many SBCs that EA throw out there on a day-to-day basis that reward you with packs, and then you can do upgrade packs as well that really help with getting first owner players. So that's how you would do it. BS says, hey Nep, loving the content as always. Regarding the drop back one depth situation, I found myself doing extremely well against it with your tactic, which isn't really my tactic either, to be fair. I read it on Reddit, hilariously, and started utilizing it, and it seemed to be really efficient for me. He says, playing high depth with pressure on heavy touch seems to break all the attacks in the build-up. Keep your back line on stay back and it's fine. Also, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow seems extremely effective again this year. Tried the 4-2-2-2, but missing out on that central cam feels like I can't pressurize my opponent's centre-backs enough. Other than that, since the new patch, I think the gameplay's responsiveness has definitely improved, but still needs a lot of work. Also, now there's a weird glitch with the camera resetting when you take a corner or take a goal kick, which can result in you making your action, for example, pass the ball to your centre-back when there's still a replay going on of the shot that was previously taken. You passing the ball to the opponent striker because you were skipping the replay. Keep up the good work. So, to unpack this, we'll start at the back. In terms of the camera thing and the replay, I started doing that a lot, and I was accidentally passing it out because, yeah, they've done something with the camera and how it keeps flicking and switching. So what I started doing, this was from a viewer in one of the videos as well, is I started using L1R1 to skip replays, because it's not just to skip replays from when you score a goal. You can also skip replays, skip every type of replay, right? So instead of using X to skip your replays now, just get into the habit of spamming L1R1. Then you never have that problem, right? So that resolved my problem, which is nice. In terms of the new patch, I would agree that gameplay responsiveness has improved somewhat, right? My right stick responsiveness specifically seems to be much better, but still not perfect. You know, there are still so many occasions where it just doesn't register a skill move or a pass or an input at all. And that's quite frustrating, you know? So hopefully EA can still do some more work on that and improve that over time. And then in terms of, like, yeah, the 4-2-2-2. So I'm playing the 4-2-2-2 all weekend this weekend after the first sort of 6 to 8 games. And it's been a revelation to me. But I will agree with you on the sense that missing that central cam is a huge issue. I think the central cam is such an important position in FIFA this year because of how they can unlock defenses. You know, obviously as a central cam, they have the ability to pass down both sides and to all your, you know, your defensive midfielders or central midfielders and to your strikers. So obviously when I played the 4-1-2-1-2 and the 4-2-3-1, I had a central cam. I'd be tempted to try the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow again because I need 2 strikers, but I also feel like I need outside cams, and logic would dictate that the best formation for me offensively would be the 3-5-2. It would give me the wide players, it would give me the 2 CDMs, it would give me the central cam, and it would give me the 2 strikers that I so badly crave. However, I also rely on my fullbacks a lot. So there's no perfect formation for me so far that I've found. I think the 4-2-2-2 is just the best of them. The outside cams work really well as either central attacking midfielders or as wide attacking midfielders. Having the fullbacks really helps on that sense as well. GG's to that opponent as well. He messaged me after the game. He was a tough player. He deserved the win against me. He ended up getting elite on his last game. And so he was, after he beat me there, that put him 22-7. And then he won his last game to get 23-7. So well done to him. But yeah, I think the 4-2-2 for me is just the best of what's available. I was saying on stream, I just need a formation that's 4-2-3-2. I just need one extra player, and then I'll be absolutely fine. And I don't mind if my opponent has an extra player as well, but I would like one extra player to sit in that cam role would be nice. Dead Wrong says, Nep, it feels like no one talks about the AI change on legendary difficulty. Have you noticed anything? All I've noticed is that it is so much easier to beat AI now. What EA changed was supposed to buff the AI, but they are so boring and monotonous now that it is just really, really, really easy to just hold the ball and pass around and wait for that one attack. I was sitting there the other night because I'm working towards Elite 3 again this week on squad battles. I decided to play the best team there. It was a 187. I thought, let me just give it a try, see how it plays. I was sitting there casually. I was watching a stream. I wasn't really paying attention to the game because they just don't even try and attack you. They're not aggressive. They even when they get the ball, they're super passive. They're really easy to read, like I say. And it's one of those ones where I'm like, look, if they want to play like this, it's like playing against someone online, right? Except they don't counter you as well. So eventually you're just going to punish the AI. And yeah, I find it remarkably easier this year than last year, or sorry, than before the patch. And then Ryan Hall says, hey bro, love your vids. Have you experienced how the pacey passer objective doesn't give out the reward? Done it about 5 times and yet to give the XP that it's supposed to give out, and it's holding me back from completing the whole week 3 gold section. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people complain about that. I think the season objectives and season objectives, not really the milestones, the season objectives in general are bugged quite a lot of the time. Sometimes it doesn't register. It's weird to know how it registers and why and so on and so forth. So yeah, you're not the only person that's having the issue, and hopefully EA rectify it soon. And then BN says, you seem to be coming up against a fair few Guardiola teams in champs this vid. I can't think of one I came up against in champs. Might be worth hiding the screen more while streaming. Stream sniping is definitely an issue. I think if you guys saw Run the Foot Market, Nick, as well, and the stuff that's going on with the pro scene and how they're trying to snipe content creators to stop them from getting good settings in champs, it's a bit embarrassing. You know, we've talked about stream sniping before, and people seem to dismiss it as an issue, but I think it is a genuine issue. But I don't think it's going to bother me all that much, because I'm just not good enough to get to the levels where people can high levels in terms of top 100 where people can accurately snipe me. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. We're 20 and 5. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.